Mathematics Analysis and Approaches, Paper 1, Time Zone 1, HL, May 2025. Now, this is question number 6, which carries 6 marks. He's talking about two lines here in the vector form. The line L1 is passing through the point 4, minus 1, 0, and then this is the direction vector. This is also passing through a particular point, and this is the direction vector. The direction vector for line 2 is 1, 2, 3. The two set of information that's been given to us. One is that the two lines are perpendicular, and two, that they are intersecting at a particular point, and I'm supposed to be finding the value for A and B. Okay, right. So I already know the values for A and B. After I solve, the value that I get for A is a minus 3 by 2, and then the value for B that I get is going to be a 14. Let's look at Desmos and try to understand how this looks on the graph. So this is your line 1, and it is passing through a particular point here, right? And that point is nothing but 4, 0, minus 1. And it has a parallel vector, or the direction vector, which is that. Yeah. This is your second line, and it's passing through a point 1, 0, minus 14, which is that, and its parallel vector is that. Okay. So these two lines, they are intersecting at this particular point, and that point is nothing but that 4, 6, minus 5. So the intention of this question is to identify this particular point. What I also know is that the two lines are perpendicular to each other. Yeah, I hope you can make that out. If the lines are perpendicular to each other, it simply means that the vectors, which are this and this, which are the direction vectors, those two are perpendicular to each other too. Okay, and that would simply mean that I can take the dot product between the two vectors, equate that to a 0, and we can also find a point of intersection. So what I know here is that line 1 is passing through a particular point. Let me call that point as A1, or A1 vector, or the position vector of point 1, which is 4i plus 0j minus k. And then I have the direction vector of line 1, which is b1 vector, and b1 vector is simply given to me as 0i plus aj plus k. And then I have a2 vector, which is the position vector of point A, or the position vector of the point that the line 2 is passing through, and that is simply equal to 1i plus 0j minus bk. And then the parallel vector can be written as I plus 2j plus 3k. So L1 is perpendicular to L2, therefore B1 vector is perpendicular to B2 vector, and that would simply mean that B1 vector dot B2 vector is going to be a 0. I hope you all know how to do the dot product. See, the dot product is simply going to be 0 into 1 plus a into 2 plus 1 into 3 as equal to 0. That will give me a 2a plus 3 as equal to 0, which means the a value is a minus 3 by 2. Now let me take a general point on L1. So that's going to be 4 plus lambda a, or 4 plus lambda into 0. I already know the value for a, so I can use any one of these equations. Let's say this is L1 and this is L2. So for different values of lambda, I'll get different points on the line. And for different values of mu, I'll get different points on the line L2. However, for some value of mu and for some value of lambda, these 2 points are going to be equal, right? And that point is going to be the point of intersection. So what I'm going to do is to equate the x coordinates. From here, I get the mu value as 3. Using this, I can find out the y coordinate, which is 2 mu is equal to a, which is minus 3 by 2 lambda. So I know the value for mu, which is 3. So that's 2 times of 3, and that's equal to minus 3 by 2 times of lambda. And from here, I can get the value for lambda as equal to minus 4. Okay. So I can take the value for mu as 3 and substitute in the third coordinate here, which is a z coordinate. So I will get minus 3 plus 3 mu, which is a 9. That has to be equal to the z coordinate of the previous point, and that's going to be a minus 4 minus 1, and that would simply tell me that b value is a 14, right? B value is a 14. I'm going to quickly show you all the components involved in this question. So those are the points that it's passing through and the different vectors. All right. That's it for this video. Thank you.